The Chesapeake has seen some historic changes this past year. Underwater grasses are blanketing more of the bay's bottom. Native oysters are showing increased resistance to disease. And the crab population is rebounding strongly after leaders relied on sound science to form and enforce policy. In fact, an independent scientific analysis released in May and led by the University of Maryland's Center for Environmental Science showed a slightly healthier bay system. CBF and our partners are proud of these accomplishments, but they're just the beginning. We're fortunate to be working with a friendly administration in Washington and strong, dedicated environmental leaders in our region. The dramatic tragedy in the Gulf has renewed concern about the environment and spurred outrage over the poor condition of our water resources. And with the successful settlement of our lawsuit against the Environmental Protection Agency in May, a new day has dawned in our fight to protect the bay.
This agreement is a game changer. It spells out what EPA will do in detail. It sets deadlines. It has accountability. It will lead to pollution reduction.
For the first time in Bay history, EPA, in a legally enforceable document, has said, we are responsible for bay restoration. We will keep a better watch over pollution and enforce the environmental laws. And we will impose consequences if there is failure along the way. And if we fail to do any of these things, you can take us back to court and enforce the terms of this agreement.
The settlement received extensive media coverage and an outpouring of community support.
Congratulations to all who worked so hard to get this far. Now the work truly begins.
The settlement between EPA, CBF, and the co-plaintiffs raises the bar for governmental commitment to restore the bay. The settlement helps ensure, on an ongoing basis, that EPA will play its essential role in setting targets for bay restoration and holding the states accountable.
The settlement agreement and strategy create a framework of accountability that has not previously existed.
It started again early in the Obama administration when the president himself issued an executive order to all the federal agencies saying, I want you to come together on a more robust plan to deal with all the issues that have been lagging in the Chesapeake Bay. This settlement reflects that commitment and that seriousness of this problem and this issue. And EPA will be there. We will be living up to these commitments, and we are looking forward to making the kind of progress that really needs to be made on the Chesapeake Bay.
After 40 years of personal involvement on my part, I'm beginning to see the light at the end of the tunnel a little bit. And that makes me happy. 40 years ago, 40 years, if you recall in your biblical studies, that's how long it took Moses to lead the Israelites out of Egypt to the Promised Land. He didn't get to see the Promised Land, but it gives me jubilance to know that there is a possibility now that I might just see an improvement in this wonderful Chesapeake Bay that we've all worked so hard for and we love so dear.
Indeed, it has been a great year for the Chesapeake, and we're focused on making the next one even better. Because now is the time for CBF to build on our accomplishments, to educate, advocate, and litigate when necessary to restore the bay and bring citizen pressure on government to save it.